Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching. Before you do anything else, like, subscribe, and share. I have followed the Try Guys for a while and I've been a fan of their content, so I saw this video called I'm Gay, Eugene Lee Yang, and I thought this is strange. I'm like, duh, he is gay. But anyway, I guess this is his coming out video, and when I first saw it the first time, I didn't really get him, like, why is he doing that? I thought that was like common knowledge that he was. But people assuming you are versus you coming to terms with it and accepting it and then being vocal about it are two very different things. And I didn't realize that until I watched the making of that video. So then so when I went back to watch it and then I saw what it was about with a different set of eyes. But anyway, on the side of the video, it's like the Trevor Project, and you can donate. So far they've raised $72,000 plus. And if you don't know what the Trevor Project does, it's the world's largest suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization for LGBTQ young people. The organization works to save young lives by providing support through free and confidential suicide prevention and crisis intervention programs on platforms where young people spend their time, a 24/7 phone lifeline, chat, and text counseling services. So if you ever have any doubts about anything, the Trevor Project is great resource, especially if you're thinking about hurting yourself. That's something that shouldn't happen. We're losing a lot of brothers and sisters due to suicide, and if you have those thoughts cross your mind, because they cross everyone's mind. I mean, I've hit very rock bottom points, or the idea was entertained, but I think if you reach out, then there's help, and this is one of the places where you can get, confidential help. Maybe you don't feel comfortable telling your friend or relative, and you can go through here. You should never be alone in this process that is coming out. And this was Eugene's way of coming out, and I must say it's the most original, most cinematic way of doing so, and it's done very well. And when you see the video about him getting ready to shoot it, he directed, he choreographed, very involved. The only thing he didn't do was the song, which I was like, it would have been super cool if it was his song in some way, maybe his composition, not so much him singing, because I don't know if he can sing or not. But I know it's a very beautiful video, so this is not the first time I'm watching it. I really like the androgyny look, and I love modern dance. Whiskey, I love Whiskey, by the way. I like the song too. I like the way it builds. See, this part where the father's reprimanded him, I remember being reprimanded for crossing my arms, and at some point what you do was become very aware of your movements or the way I hold my glass. I think my mom once told me that guys don't drink water like that. Just little things that were observed in my behavior, maybe that was a little bit feminine, and how I had to kind of think before movements I made to correct, to make sure it wasn't overly feminized, which is stupid. I think it's the dumbest thing to think that men are this way and females are that way. The lines are very gray. And of course the church, I remember being in a church, and I'm gonna pause this, and I remember being in the church. I remember this woman praying for me, and her prayer, I was a kid, I must have been in 6th grade, maybe even 5th, and she said, God forgive him for his homosexuality. And I remember those words, and I'm thinking I don't think I had even entertained that thought yet. I knew there was something off, but just for someone to put that in your head at such a young age that I needed to be forgiving for that, really marked the rest of my life. And that's why I think when you're in church and want to say to people of any kind of sexual preferences, you have to be very careful, because those things can mark you and scar you forever. So, and that definitely did to me. I always thought that I had to ask for forgiveness, but not anymore. I love who I am. I'm sorry I need to forgive myself for not being myself. This part is very beautiful here. So this part where they're dancing gave me goosebumps. Especially this part right here, kind of like where she gives him approval and then he goes on. I don't know, it's a very beautiful video. This is very powerful here too. It's just crazy to think that people are still being persecuted just for who they desire sexually. Like, I can't even wrap my head around that in 2019, people are still taking their lives. That's why the Trevor Project is so important. And if you're watching this and you haven't donated, donate. And I think everybody should, help out in making foundations like these have the required resources to help the people in need. The whole video is very powerful, but this is like, there's always going to be chaos around you, and like, you kind of just have to let it be and just be yourself, and chaos will always exist regardless, of what you do to please other people. So just do you, because the chaos will exist regardless. Do you, be kind to each other, be kind to others because you don't know their struggle. Be kind to yourself, and if you have any dark thoughts, please seek the help. And the Trevor Project is there to assist you. So anyway, happy Pride, and until next time, adios y bye.